All right, let's just jump right in with a quote that, well, it really gets to the core of a huge challenge in education today. This one sentence perfectly frames the choice that honestly all of us are facing, whether you're a student, a teacher, or running a school. So, in this explainer, we're digging into this massive question that technology has basically thrown right in our faces. Is learning just a deal we make, a simple transaction, or is it supposed to be something much, much deeper, a transformation? Before we can even think about where we're headed, we have to be brutally honest about where we are right now. For decades, we've been building an education system that acts more and more like a marketplace. And here's the kicker. This isn't an AI problem. Not really. The system was already cracking way before AI showed up. I mean, you had institutions that valued research papers way more than actual teaching. Class sizes were just getting bigger and bigger. And students, they were more stressed out than ever. The whole machine was already built for one thing: efficiency, not for people to actually connect. And all of this created what expert Aaron Aspenleader calls a transactional learning infrastructure. It's a fancy term, but the idea is simple. Think about it. Students give their time and money, and the school gives them content and a degree. It's a trade. The goal isn't necessarily to change you as a person, it's just to complete the deal. So, you've got this super efficient, but kind of cold and impersonal system. Now, what happens when a technology comes along that is the absolute master of efficient, impersonal transactions? And we're not just talking about an AI that can write an essay for you. That's old news. The real leap forward, the thing that changes the entire game, is that it can now do things for you. It can take action. And this is not some theoretical question from a sci-fi movie. I mean, what if you could just automate your entire online class? This is happening right now, thanks to something called agentic AI. So here's the key difference. Generative AI like ChatGPT, it makes stuff. It writes a paragraph, creates an image, but agentic AI, it does stuff. It's like having a little robot assistant that can log into your school account, find your course, and just start working. Just think about what that means. We've seen demos where these AI agents can complete an entire online course totally on their own. They can watch the lectures, get 100% on every single quiz, read the materials, and yep, even write and submit the discussion posts and final papers. All of it without a person lifting a finger. And this right here is the tough pill to swallow. AI didn't break education. It just held up a giant mirror and showed us that we'd already built a system that it could beat perfectly. So if an AI can pass your course, that's not a failure of the AI. It's a massive sign that the course was just a checklist of tasks, a transaction. This whole situation forces us to make a choice, a really stark choice. Do we just keep trying to make AI-proof homework in some endless cat and mouse game, or do we pivot? Do we start investing in the one thing that an AI simply cannot do? Create real human connection. This is where a totally new model comes in. Instead of that transactional infrastructure, we could build a relational architecture. Here, the goal isn't just a credential, it's a personal transformation. The focus isn't just delivering content, it's fostering connection. And the outcome isn't just about your own achievement, it's about the whole community growing together. Okay, so that sounds really nice, right? But how do you actually build it? Well, this whole relational architecture thing isn't just a vague, feel-good idea. It's a design philosophy built on 4 really concrete pillars. So these 4 pillars are dependency creation, temporal embodiment, identity transformation, and consequential vulnerability. I know, they sound a little academic, but let's break down what they actually mean because it's pretty cool. First up, dependency creation. And this is a radical idea. For centuries, we've been told the goal of education is to become an independent, self-sufficient learner. This pillar says the exact opposite. The goal should be to build learning experiences where you structurally cannot succeed alone. You need other people. So what does that actually look like? Well, imagine a project where one student is a whiz at cleaning up data, but another is a genius at making it look beautiful in a chart. They need each other to get an A. Or think about a writing class where the quality of the feedback you give to your classmates directly affects the quality of the feedback you get back. Suddenly, you're all invested in each other's success. The second pillar is temporal embodiment. This is all about fighting our obsession with speed. Real learning, it's not fast food. It's more like a slow-cooked meal. It needs time. It needs reflection.
It's about honoring the process, not just sprinting to the finish line. This could be something as simple as a semester-long journal where you can actually look back and see how your thinking has evolved. Or, those online discussions where everyone posts 2 minutes before the deadline? Imagine one that's designed to unfold over a whole week, so ideas actually have time to breathe and develop. Pillar 3 is identity transformation. This is the idea that the best education doesn't just give you new skills, it gives you a new identity. It's that moment a nursing student stops feeling like just a student and starts thinking like a nurse. And that shift usually happens after some big, challenging experience that makes you question everything. But here's the thing, you can't transform your identity in a vacuum. It happens through mentorship. It happens in those tough conversations that force you to confront your own biases. And crucially, it happens when you have a community of people who see you growing and are cheering you on. And that brings us to our last pillar, consequential vulnerability. Let's be real. Real learning is kind of scary. It means taking risks, being wrong sometimes, and opening yourself up to criticism. An AI-generated essay dropped in a folder has zero stakes. No one cares. But work that you have to share with your peers? Whoa. Suddenly, it matters. It has real consequences.
This is that feeling of presenting your creative work in a workshop or defending your ideas in front of your classmates. Yeah, it's terrifying, but it's also amazing because it means your work is being taken seriously. The stakes feel real because the relationships are real. And in that environment, failing isn't the end. It's just part of how you learn. And this brings us right back to where we started. AI has perfected the transactional models so well that we just can't ignore the question anymore. Is that really the future we want to build? We can keep going down this path, optimizing the transaction, making courses more efficient, more scalable, and ultimately more automatable. Or we can choose to build something different, something an AI can't replicate, something that's a little messy, maybe a little slow, but is profoundly human. So what's it going to be? A transaction or a transformation?